We're going.
We are going.
And now we're really going. It's on. Welcome to Throw the Book Podcast, a podcast where three guys take a look at a book, throw it around a little bit, take a look at it again, and give it some thoughts. Today, we're all three of us are here, and it's
Jeremy
with
Sean
and myself. I'm Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Today, we're going to look at where the wild things are. Let the wild rumpus begin.
Woo!
I think I said it wrong. I think I said it wrong.
So this is a really special episode because this is our 10th episode.
Mm-hmm. Number 10.
I can't believe we've done this 10 times.
Yeah, we've been doing this for quite a while. Better part of the year.
Since the beginning of May?
March. I thought it was March.
Was it March?
I think
yes, because it was
twice a month for 5-6 months now.
Yeah.
So that'd be 20
And we
weeks.
also missed a week.
We did miss a week. All right.
We doubled up.
But that put us on our schedule here, so we're good there.
Yeah, we've got a good schedule now.
We're set. We're good. It's no longer chaotic.
It is no longer chaotic. Unlike parts of this book, which seem to be chaotic.
We'll see. So, kicking things off, I like to open the book, get it in the mail, look at it, and be like, why was this such a controversial, crazy book? Oh, Ethan, I love you so much, my son.
My son.
Mama, 2024.
Yeah,
Jeremy's got a nice little inscription on his book.
I bought a used one, and it was inscribed.
Nice.
That tells you what's the name?
Ethan.
That tells you how much Ethan cared about that book.
Ethan, if you're out there, thanks for the book.
That didn't make it 2 years.
Not even 2 years, right? 2 years.
That makes sense.
That's a bummer.
So,
Maurice Sendak.
Maurice Sendak, born 1928, Brooklyn, New York. He's a lifelong New Yorker. Born to immigrant parents from Warsaw, Poland. Talent for observation. I think that would be how he would say it. Talent for observation, for remembering details. A couple of interviews that I watched and heard. He very much talked about that. He was kind of a sickly kid, and that's how he kind of got into art. Art was first and foremost with this guy.
Can you define sickly? Was he like, I don't want to go outside because my head hurts?
Constantly sick. Like he was almost died.
Oh.
Yeah, he almost died. Disney played a huge part in his life.
Disney?
Yeah. So Mickey Mouse, he grew up in the birth of Mickey Mouse and Disney. So the 1920s is when Mickey Mouse came about. So that was really new and fresh in that part.
Easy entertainment back then.
Yeah, I think it was new.
Yeah, a mouse bouncing back and forth, throwing a boat
on the
wheel and
tugboat.
whistling.
Don't do it.
That was
Steamboat Willie or something.
Yeah. You don't have the express written consent of the Walt Disney Corporation to make that sound.
Don't make that sound.
Isn't that public domain now?
Yeah,
I think it might is.
I think it's over 50 years. I think it's public domain.
Okay,
but bring it, Disney. Come on.
Ooh, very, very artsy guy. Guys start in Windows displays in New York.
Doing what with Windows displays?
Creating Windows displays and all that kind of stuff.
You cracking beer over there? What you got?
It's just a Red Bull.
Okay.
Did a lot of painting during this time period. His art style is kind of different, though, because depending on what he's doing, depends on what this art style looks like. It's kind of interesting.
I thought it was unique. I feel like it's its own art style, not copying anything else, but very much its own.
So his breakthrough came when he worked for FAO Shorts, doing windows for FAO Shorts.
Okay.
He started building little toys for FAO Shorts. He actually brought some prototypes in, and he was able to land a job doing children's books. He got into children's books during his time. Never really classically trained. He did evening classes at the Arts Students League in New York City, which is actually a pretty influential art school in New York City.
How old was he when he was doing this stuff at the art
early
school?
20s. Early 20s.
It's funny, they just kind of give anybody something at that time.
Yeah.
Now it's like, you better be credentialed up your ass, otherwise you're not getting a foot in the door.
I think a really small world.
Yeah.
I think just the number of people was much smaller. New York City as a town was probably the size, 1920s was not as large as it is today.
The roaring 20s. Come on now, what you talking about?
He worked for Harper and Brothers for 10 years illustrating. His big break came in 1952. He did a book called A Hole Is Too Deep. This is his. I'm gonna leave that pregnant pause there.
That is what she said.
but it was his first book with a lady by the name of Ruth Krause, rather. He would do 6 books with her total. And in those books, that's where he would kind of get his start. Okay, so as we said before, he did a Hollister Deep with Ruth Krause. He actually won a Caldecott Medal. So
he's got 2.
He's got more than 1. I think he's got 3. He's got a huge honor. He has he's got a much bigger honor than that. We'll talk a little bit about. He's got it's the Hans Christian Andersen. Yeah. He got the Hans Christian Andersen Award. So that's even bigger than the Caldecott.
Oh, you got the. Oh my God!
It recognizes like all this great things.
Huh.
What's up?
I will get into it.
Okay. Did a lot of work, a lot of Jewish causes, ADL, United States Synagogue of Jewish Education, worked with them. 50s and 60s started to expand his understanding of illustration and art. Did Menarek's little bear books, he illustrated those, which are really good. 1956, Kinney's Window is his first work he authored. Very big in imagination. His idea was that children imagination is really important. By 1963, he's a pretty prolific illustrator. He illustrated, and this is a good reference. Ready? He illustrated a book called "She Loves Me, She Loves Me Not" by Robert Keyshawn. You may know Robert Keyshawn as Captain Kangaroo. So tie back into Captain Kangaroo. Like Captain Kangaroo was huge.
Yep.
And during that time period, the more we go through books of that time period, we're going to hear and see Captain Kangaroo.
Oh, this isn't a good start.
You know what's
Where
funny?
the wild things are.
Yeah.
You know what's
trying
funny?
to tie this back to Penguin.
Captain Kangaroo's name really didn't have much to do with kangaroos.
No,
Sort
it did
of.
not.
It was kind of, but
Yeah.
not really.
And then he also, so these were two books are really important. She Loves Me, She Loves Me Not by Robert Keyshawn and Nikolinka's Childhood by Leo Tolstoy. Okay. Now, Tolstoy is really important. Tolstoy wrote War and Peace.
Right.
So Tolstoy's a really influential author, very important author. But these 2 books were really important because as he's working on She Loves Me, She Loves Me Not, he realized it's hollow, empty. It's just really not the kind of work he wanted to do. But when he's working on the book with Tolstoy, he realized as the artist, he really wanted to be the person writing this book. Because although he did do the art, Tolstoy's a master storyteller, right? So as he's illustrating this book, he realized there's really not a lot of room for him as an artist because the author is just so good and the story was so good, which leads us to Where the Wild Things Are. So that was kind of his inspiration to go where the wild things are. It was in 1955. There was a book called Where the Wild Horses Are. Which is nowhere near the same story.
Just start a line of where the books are.
Exactly.
Where the lost pencils are.
So, and the reason
Where my goldfish went.
One of the big reasons he moved from horses is because he can't go draw horses for shit.
Who can't?
He cannot draw horses for shit. So that's one of the reasons he changed to monsters.
Hands?
Yeah.
I don't know if he can.
Horses are his
He
hands.
can.
He could probably draw hands real good.
But horses?
Wait, can he draw horses with hands?
Horse hands.
Horse hands. He got horse hands.
The Wild Things are really stand-ins for his relatives as children. They were absolutely inept at dealing with children and even talking to children. So that's where these monsters come from. Huge fan of King Kong too. The monsters are they're a little awkward.
They're very ugly.
Yeah, they're very ugly. Yeah.
That's what they are. That's how he sees his relatives as old, ugly people.
The original tale was absolutely terrifying.
From the island of Dr. Moreau.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't want to get into it, but it's actually much scarier than the book, the original tale. This was actually a very, very, very controversial book when it was published. Extremely controversial.
It was of the devil.
I think some people thought it was demonic.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I
it's
can
wild.
see that.
Yeah, it's really
people
wild.
taking that.
This is pre-satanic panic too.
So when did this book came out? What, in the 60s?
Because
it won Caldecott
1963
in 64. So yeah, 63. All right.
Yeah, so 63. I have the 50th anniversary.
I have the 50th and the 25th.
You really have both, right?
Yeah,
I just got a book.
And the 25th is more muted in colors, but I mean, it's not that. It's not like from the original 25th year.
Yeah,
I think. Hold on.
So,
Let me see when was this published.
I got mine as a used book for like $5 or $6.
This one, the 25th is from the library.
Oh, is it really?
The 50th is the one I bought.
Yeah, I think the 50th are pretty prevalent. They're pretty much out there. I don't have the dust cover, but there's not really.
Yeah, there was no surprise. I just remembered it. As
no, it was
I got
exactly
a dust
the
cover.
same.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Exact copy.
letdown.
Son of a.
No Easter egg there.
Yeah, I will say.
It doesn't say.
I will say. He sold the shit out of this book. He sold the shit. Like,
There's millions.
Really.
So
millions of like 13 million copies or something like that.
Yeah, it's there's a lot
for a very very low. And I mean, Jeremy, you researched the shit out of this book.
I did.
But he's holding like a 200-page documentary book about the book. When this book, you said what, total of 300 words?
Pages, 300 words. So just so if any of our listeners out there. If anybody's listening, I have 2 books on Maurice Sendak and the art of Maurice Sendak. The first person to drop us a line, first person to say they want them, I will ship them out to you.
They are like coffee table books.
They are really good books. Big books.
We should see how many people reply.
Yep.
If there's more than 5, then we can do a raffle.
I will say the first. Yeah.
That'd be fun.
It's whatever. It's the first or the first. Whatever.
I say
works.
give it a little bit of time.
Yep.
And if more than 5 people reply, then we'll do 5. If not, then just the first one that's.
They're fantastic books.
Those are some big ones.
Yeah, these are really good books. They probably knew this was probably a couple $100
so
worth of books.
I got to ask. I want your guys' first reaction when you read this book.
Oh, fuck.
That was it?
Like, what the kind of book was this? That's what I was like. Why is this even a book?
Exactly.
Honestly, I wasn't like when I read it. I was going through it, and I was like, I was like, Max is a dick.
Yeah,
Max is a dick. What's the lesson here? I'm not really sure. I had to read it like 2 or 3 times before I was like, okay, I kind of understand the moral, but the moral is not really.
There's not a moral.
It's really ambiguous.
That's the fun part.
If somebody turned the shrugging emoji into a book,
yep.
This would be it.
This kid got off with murder in this book, practically.
Murder.
He got freaking free food at the end for throwing a little tantrum, being punished, the parents went weak on. I'm like, did I just read this? I remember talking to my wife, going,
"There's another angle to it too."
What the hell did I just read?
In the time period when you would have gotten beaten.
Yeah.
This is a time period of corporal punishment. Dr. Spock is telling people to beat their kids.
What if this was a hallucination because his mom knocked him out?
Okay, so
there's some of that. Well, it's all. There's also he travels for like a week and a half, and you're like,
it's over a year. It's over a year. Okay, we're getting into it, so we should.
Let's go ahead and get started.
Into it. Okay, this is hilarious. And, I can't believe this thing got called.
I was just like,
I was okay. Oh, wait.
I thought I was being critical.
I think it's a wonderful book. I want to say, like, I
don't. I think the pictures are nice.
I think it's
so I got to jump into this a little bit. I was like, Claude, WTF, man. I fed him a transcript of the book, and he goes, "Oh, this is a Caldecott winner and all this stuff." And I'm like, "What the heck am I missing? This little brat gets to have his cake and eat it too." And Claude actually kind of responded back with, "That brat gets punished. Brat gets fed. Reading isn't wrong exactly. It's just the plot summary, not what makes the book land." And I'm like, "Oh, really?" And then it started going into how this is a deep emotional trauma, and I'm like, okay, but no 4-year-old that's reading this book is going to understand.
On a surface, but I don't think this. Okay, so I want to say this: Maurice Sendak, and everything I've read, all the interviews I've read, he doesn't make books for children. Okay.
So who's this audience for?
He writes books, and if children like them, great. But if they don't, it's not. He's actually said, somebody was like, "It's a really scary book. I read it to my child. I keep reading it to my child, and they're scared." And he's like, "Why do you keep reading it? Stop reading it to your child."
Well,
that's not really what this book is.
Maybe we should be asking why a fucking book is scaring a kid. Like a children's book.
I think it has depth.
Why,
I think it has some depth. I think you have to go.
You really got to read into it, though.
You can summarize. I think you have to read into it, because I think the real summary of this book is this kid gets in trouble, gets pissed, and has a fantasy about treating people like shit as his way to kind of like revenge fantasy. He's taking this shit out on somebody.
So where was he treating the shit out of people, or
the wild things?
The wild things.
All right, let's jump into
he kind of just like took them over, and they're like, "Oh yes, master."
That's what I'm saying. How you just gonna come in like, "Yo, this is my shit." This is what they do in prison. They just come in and like, "Hey, all this is me, and all of you work for me now. That's what my bosses do.
Yeah.
Remember when Tony Soprano did that?
Of course. Speaking of Tony Soprano,
that's
he
actually
voiced in the movie.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Tie-in.
Yeah.
Okay, so I gotta love the front cover. It's like
All right, we're diving in.
It's like you're looking through a screen.
No,
no.
you know what it is for me? It looks like you're looking through a bunch of Sideshow Bob clones.
Oh my God.
Is it really?
Simpsons
Oh man.
reference.
I
Simpsons
love. I
did it.
have to say,
It reminded me of a quote.
I really dug the art in this.
The art's cool.
The art's
it's
very
really
cool.
good.
Yeah, I
Especially,
really dig the art.
it's good for
I get the look. I really dug the art.
It's high quality. Like, I don't know if I like it. I don't think I like it because I don't like any of the way the characters looks, and I think this kid's a smug dick. But other than that,
I think
the what is it? The technical ability is good.
I think for a book written in 1963, I think it says a lot, and I think it's. This is considered, by the way, this is considered the greatest children's book of all time. If I haven't said that before,
yes, it is.
This is like, we have a book
already thrown the book.
Already thrown the book.
Oh shit!
I gotta
It's
get my
considered.
You gotta go get. You need to bring a grabby tool
Yeah,
for the next time, so you don't have to get up.
Gotta be kidding me.
Seriously, one of the greatest books of all time.
By the way,
greatest picture book of all time.
Neither
This is
one
the
of
best selling.
For adults,
This is the best selling
It is.
children's book of all time.
It's
children's
crazy.
book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we didn't
It's
we
really
just say
not a children's
before
book, though.
it's not
Yeah,
a
it's
children's
really not
book?
children's
So check it out.
WTF?
More evidence that this kid is on purpose a dick all the time. You guys don't have the jacket, right?
I have a dust cover.
You have one?
Yeah.
Do you have the kid on the inside?
Oh yeah.
Look at his face. Jimmy, you don't have it, do you?
He knows what he's doing.
Look at his face.
That's right here.
He knows
Yeah, that's
exactly
right there.
what he's
He's a
doing.
little asshat.
Yeah.
He's not a great kid. I think he's precocious. I think it's just.
I think it's maybe because of his
Precocious.
parents. I think his parents, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
I don't know, man. I think it's hard. I think it's tough to put if this is like a 7-year-old. I think it's tough to put a
Right, they
bad
do what they
kid on a
see.
7-year-old.
Right, I don't think the kid is bad. I think the kid has bad direction, bad guidance in life.
Guidance.
Yeah.
Okay,
and I'll
so-
explain why when we get there.
Stories and pictures by Marie Sendak, HarperCollins.
Good old HarperCollins.
Let's just go ahead and read the book because it's 300 words.
I don't know, man. It's gonna
The
take
night
forever.
Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind. What? Why is he wearing a wolf suit?
Kids just
It's
wear shit.
it's very elaborate.
A lot of my daughter actually wore something like this all the time in her early teens. She wore and they would get my daughter and her friend, and it wasn't even Halloween. It was like all the time. One was dressed as a bear, the other one was dressed as a fox. It was a full body suit that goes over the head, had ears and a tail. She's not a furry.
I didn't say she was a furry. I was going to allude
all-
to him being a furry, actually.
Okay.
I was going to
A
allude to
furry
Max
child.
being kind of a furry
Well,
child.
maybe this
I
leads
don't-
into
I don't think
an
it's-
adult of it. But
I don't think a child that young could be turned on by animals.
I don't think. No, I didn't.
Or
you
being
don't-
an animal.
Wait. They don't have to be turned on. It's just it's a thing.
It's
I
an
don't-
expression.
I say
So pop
expression.
culture is turning
It's a
into
vibe.
something sexy all
I think
the time.
so. I think it's a
Because
vibe.
if you
It's
hear
just-
about furries, you always think,
well,
I want to dress as a squirrel and do you.
I think there's
Yeah,
people that
that's-
not
trying to
being
get a nut.
not being somebody that's ever tried that myself, but I think it's more along
No shame.
the long of I have no shame. There should be no shame in that. But I think it's one of those things like I think they're most comfortable in this costume, and that's I get silly, but whatever. That's where they're most comfortable.
I don't want to be a person in this world.
I didn't want to be a giant squirrel then.
I don't want to be a giant squirrel.
Oh yeah, trying to stand on.
Well, he's in a wolf costume.
And
is
he's,
in
and
a
he's got a
wolf
giant hammer, and it
So
looks
that
like he's
hammer is enormous.
and he looks like he's hung Winnie the Pooh,
Hey, Jeremy,
which is good because I hate Winnie the Pooh.
did it piss you off that the sentence cut off at the word kind? Because that is not a full sentence.
I did a little bit. I'll be honest, it did.
And the next page is even more asshole-ish
I wish they-
with only 2 words
And
on
another.
it.
One kind.
another.
It should have been one kind. ...
And
another ...
That would have made sense.
That would have made sense. This makes no.
These words
this
just float
pisses
on
me
the
off.
page.
I do like that the picture is a little smaller.
Well, I was going to say
doesn't take
in
the whole page
in
up.
the and another. Do you see the foreshadowing of the monster on the wall that says 2 Max?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
I saw that.
Yeah, I saw that.
I noticed that. I actually thought that was one of his family members at first, which is bad because I saw the eyes and I was like, "What?" I didn't see the little
Sorry,
mouth.
are we going to jump to the
Hey, I
the
have,
drama
hold on. I
point
have
here?
something to show you guys.
Hold
real
on, before
quick.
we leave this page,
which page?
the page with the dog.
Okay.
So the dog,
Yeah, he looks like he's going to eat the dog.
It looks like he's about to kick this dog in the anus, right? That or stab it with the fork. Yeah. I don't know what's wrong with this kid. This is the stuff serial killers do. What is that?
This is the original drawing of that page.
Why is there a dog in there?
There is, but if you look, there's a monster.
There's a monster
on the bedspread. Oh. This is kind of the way it originally kind of looked.
That would have been better. There's a boot in the sink. There's a banana coming off of the. This kid's a weirdo.
Well, I think this was the original.
That's not concept a bathtub. That's his room.
That's his room. The original concept for his room.
I think we're looking at really cool. The first page. This guy. Yeah, the one in that big book makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, but still, why is it? Who gave this kid a hammer? Why is he unsupervised?
I don't know why
is the hammer 3/4 the size of him?
Where did he get the hammer?
Why is the claw part so sharp? This kid's gonna hurt somebody at some point, for certain. Probably on purpose. Chucky doll over here, Gage from Pet Sematary is gonna murder somebody. This
is like a prequel, probably. It's like a true crime novel.
So this is gonna get dark like the Piglet movie.
All right, so he's gonna go eat the dog for dinner, and then he comes onto the next page, and his mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, "I'll eat you up." So he was sent to bed
without eating
anything.
This is where I start to have a problem with this book.
Okay,
why are you calling your kid Wild Thing, and then getting mad when he replies in kind?
Maybe she was just singing Wild Thing and they mistook it.
Maybe, but either way, is it disrespectful to say I'll eat you up? Is that like the 50s version of F you, mom?
I'll eat you up.
I'll eat you up. Do you believe what he said to me? He said he would eat me up.
My pearls.
But that is like don't say Wild Thing if you don't want him to say wild shit. This is basically how it is.
I think
there's also, just real quick, who treats food like it's a reward? Food is a necessity. You shouldn't be I think using it as a punishment to not get to eat. That's like third world.
Yeah, but being sent to your room without dinner is a punishment.
Right. Yeah. I understand that. I'm saying it shouldn't be you shouldn't be using food as a punishment or a reward for your kid.
These parents did.
So
exactly. In the 60s though.
So this is an important detail. The Wild Thing comes from a Yiddish word. Okay. It's called Vlide Chaya. So it's Vilde Chaya. Okay. Remember Marie Sendak is Jewish, of Jewish descent. So that's an affectionate term you would call for children. So you would say, this, it's, this.
It's like, hey, honey. Hey, honey.
It's like, Vlidu Kayache. I'm butchering it for sure, but it means wild animal. But it's not referred to like lions and tigers, or it's referred to a child who's behaving in an unruly manner. Is it like an endearing
name, kind of like honey, strawberry?
It's an affectionate way it's an affectionate term for children. Okay. Oh, look, it's a little wild animal. It's not. But that's where the Wild Thing comes from. Is this concept? And like when he's saying his mother's calling him a Wild Thing, if you take it in that context of this word, Vildia Chakya, I'm butchering it for sure.
He has said that 3 different ways, 3 different attempts.
Can you ask Claude how to say that?
No, let's just keep going.
I'm gonna do that. Okay.
I want somebody to call it.
Somebody's gonna call it on us. Okay.
I would love somebody to call in right now because that
would be hilarious.
Really weird.
Because we don't have a way to call
somebody.
Somebody
could definitely message us.
If you know,
CIA, we're really curious about
that. If you know how to pronounce Vilde Chaya, please pronounce it. Post it to our Facebook.
Please.
Be happy.
Send us an example.
But anyway, so it's an affectionate term for children in Yiddish culture, or in Yiddish terms. So I think if you take that into context, it's not really calling him a wild animal per se. I love the dog.
The dog's here.
By the way, it's Vilda Kaye.
Okay, there you go. Thank you. I didn't know that. So.
And as Jewish, it's Chaya. No, seriously, I wasn't making fun. That's that guttural, like challah.
Very good. So the dog originally played a much bigger role, and the little sister, which is not in the book at all.
What?
in the original book.
They probably got her in the basement for talking.
So they
talking back.
So in his original draft, the book, the dog is more prevalent, and the little sister is more prevalent.
So is this like a condensed version?
No, this is like the final draft.
Oh.
But he had other drafts where he played a bigger part, and you do see the little wild animal.
He chased the dog
chased
off.
the dog with a fork, man.
Not only out with a fork, but out the house. Yeah. Is this dog gone now? Because you never see it again. Yeah. It's like a guest star on Saved by the Bell. Just one shot and you're done.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Like the first Aunt Bev.
It's Aunt Viv, but
Aunt Viv. Sorry.
Yeah.
I knew.
You don't know what he's talking about, do you?
No clue.
Okay, so Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Will Smith, he moves with his aunt and uncle, and his aunt is a dark-skinned, thin black woman. And then I think it was the beginning of season 2. Or was it season 2 or 3?
Season 2. She was only on for one season.
Okay, yes, she was only on for one season. And then, and that was played, who was it played by?
I got you.
There was 2 women who played it, but the second woman was a stark contrast. They didn't recast a dark-skinned black woman. They cast a light-skinned, shorter, slightly like larger, not like fat or anything, whatever. Yeah. But she had a different body type, facial, like everything.
Here's the 2 Aunt Bivs. They look way different.
Yeah.
And what was the actress's name? I forgot.
The first one was Janet
Hubert.
Hubert was the first one.
Janet Hubert.
Okay.
And not Vivian.
And then, but they replaced her. Yeah, pretty.
And everybody loves the original Aunt Viv.
Yeah. And then they replaced her with Daphne Maxwell Reid.
Yeah. That's bad, but that's not as egregious as when they replaced Harriet in the last episode of Family Matters.
Oh yeah,
they replaced the mom because it was like contract shit that they were like.
I remember
they literally replaced her for one episode. I was just like, that's diabolical, dude.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so back to the book.
So.
I'll eat you up. They sent him to the room.
Still think that's crazy work to not let you eat dinner for being smart.
I'll eat you up though. That's important. A kid's not going to die from missing a meal.
That's not the point.
Come on.
I'm never going to tell my kid. Maybe it's because this is a personal thing. Is having food insecurity as a kid. Food for me is not something that I'm like. You're not going to get it as a punishment. Just never.
There were some times where I was food insecure as a kid. But I will say, like, have I sent my kid to bed without the food? Maybe once or twice. I told him to go to their room, and then I always brought him back down and let him eat later. But,
see, that's not sending your kid to bed. She told this kid to go to bed. What if he fell asleep?
In the end, she gives him the damn food, though.
But she never. Oh, it's good.
Which also.
I'm sorry, I spoiled the 50-year-old book.
Right. She also
you read 3 times.
But she also undermines herself by giving him the food. So why? That's an empty threat to me. Then that's just as bad. It's like you just told him that what he does, you're gonna do the little flare up where you act like you're gonna be disciplining him, and then you don't do it. So what did he learn?
Maybe that's Max's problem.
This is why he's a little shit right now.
So what does Max do then? He kind of goes back into his room and goes into his own little imagination for
look at how mad he is.
However long. He's not mad.
The page before he is pissed. He's got his hand on his hip. He's got the what the face.
Yep.
Yeah, he's kind of pissed. He goes, his mom called him Wild Thing. Max said, I'll eat you up. And he was sent to bed without eating anything.
He was like, hey, don't call me on my name. He got real mad real fast.
The very next night in Max's room, a forest grew.
Very night, the same night.
Yes, very night, sorry. I love that the pictures, they go, if you look, the pictures get bigger and bigger.
Yeah, as the forest gets bigger, the pictures get bigger.
Yeah. All right, that's kind of a cool concept. But
especially if you go back.
Yeah, it's not enough. But I think look how non sequitur the faces are.
And grew.
Look on the first forest page. Look at his face. His face is like, I don't know. He's contemplative. He's like catching an evil plan. I don't know what the fuck's going on over here.
He looks kind of giddy.
Yeah, and then the next page on and grew, it looks like he farted in somebody's face and then ran off.
The ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world all around. So this is imagination. This is just a world of imagination.
Or he passed out from hunger.
Right?
Did he do some wild drugs? Because maybe that's why he's like, I'm Wild Thing.
Or maybe he got into the medicine cabinet. I don't know.
And she came upstairs and threw a shoe at his head and knocked him out. Or this is a fever dream.
I will say that yeah, it's yeah. So it's
imagination.
The art's amazing here. The art is really.
This looks
amazing.
like it took a long time and a lot of technique.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like he's on point with his art for sure. I don't know where the hell the boat came from in the ocean. Again, it's some more imagination.
Yeah, all of a sudden it's like,
Just
I'm in my
the tail.
real
I'm
boat.
and where's this fucking tree coming from?
The tails are throwing me off because it looks like they're shitting hair. All of the monsters.
Oh,
We're not there yet.
No,
We're on the
look
boat.
at
We're on the
the
boat.
boy.
We're on the boat.
Before the boat, the page before the boat, the full
Now
full
I
page.
can't unsee it.
It looks like he's shitting hair.
Oh, that's not the monster. That's
I know, but I'm
Max.
saying him and the monsters all.
It just looks like a big tail. I don't know.
It looks like
I didn't get there to the everybody poops.
everyone poops,
Everyone
even
poops.
people in suits.
Even anyone in suits.
Damn furries.
That's what the smell is.
And look, how vain is he to name his fucking boat Max? What kind of
I don't know.
self-absorbed child with no
just-
imagination? What's the name of your boat,
But
child?
wait.
Max.
So that's the registration on the boat. The name of the boat goes on the aft.
You think this kid's smart enough to be able
I don't
to
know. It's just
distinguish
the book.
this
It
shit?
says Max.
So in his imagination, he has a governing body in which he has to register the boat.
I think so.
The governing body actually
Yeah, for
gave
sure.
him MAX.
They did.
That's why he looks like he
Okay,
does. 'cause
I
he
want to
fucked
point out
over-
that the boat. I want to point out that the boat is moving the wrong direction for those particular sails.
Oh my god!
For the sails
That's
to
a
be,
good point,
the
that
sails
is.
would be going the wrong.
Stop reality
direction.
checking this. The suspension of
Like,
disbelief is
'cause
already far
It
enough.
looks like Anyway, I'm not going to get into the
Wait,
sails and all that.
are
kind
the
of stuff.
sails okay? So in this picture,
Is he
are the
supposed
sails
to climb
going?
that ladder too? Like the
That's a
scale
really
of this
small
is-
ladder.
That's a tiny web
His,
of a ladder.
His mice that he has for crew are going to climb.
Okay.
Oh,
So
that's
question.
okay, the mice.
It looks like the sails are because he's in front of the sails and it's not touching them. So I imagine the sails are blowing away from his back, right?
I-
I
That's
thought
what
they
it's
were
supposed to be blowing.
at him.
Why they be touching him then?
so the rigging is wrong. It's just not. It's
because
not
the
right.
flag on the top is going in a different direction.
Yep.
Maybe there's a different set of air.
The main sail. I don't.
Maybe he just doesn't understand physics, so his
So,
brain is making this up. Be like,
guess-
this works. Yeah.
That is a head sail, and
and
there's
he's
a
so
main
happy
sail.
with himself. Like I did all
So,
this.
but
Yep.
the main sail seems to be full in the wrong direction. It wouldn't be going that particular direction. Seems like it would be pushing, not pulling. It seems like it's anyway. It doesn't matter.
Right. It's all wrong.
It's all wrong.
Because his kid's a dumb
Well,
7-year-old.
he had a long time to figure it out because he was on the
Yeah.
boat for a freaking year.
Was he?
Yeah, and that's the part that gets me. Is this Inception? This kid
Right.
did a whole fucking year in a boat
With
without
no
any
food.
food or people.
And he
I
was
don't-
worried about one dinner.
I think
He was upset about one
Again,
dinner.
sad sob story like I don't get food, so I'm not
So,
gonna eat anything for a whole year to
clearly-
show you.
clearly an
Get out of your
unreliable
tantrum.
Clearly unreliable narrator.
Unreliable narrator.
Arrow,
Another
clearly.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but,
But
it's
then
all
again,
imagination. This
maybe-
is all
Maybe his
So how does,
mom
like-
brought the food up
Yeah.
immediately while he was passed out.
Maybe he may
Or
have fallen asleep and had a little dream.
was
Who
he in
knows?
a trance
that's
the whole time?
That's the only way this would make sense if he traveled for a year and weeks, is if he's unconscious because time has different.
It passes differently.
Or he smoked
when you're-
weed.
Or he did, like I said, drugs.
I don't know what kind
I
of
don't
weed
know.
you smoking.
Oh come
But
on, man!
Time don't pass that slow.
You've had those moments where it seems like it tastes like. Not that I've ever smoked weed,
I will plead the Fifth Amendment.
but like there's an effect that happens if you're smoking weed where it feels like time has passed, like a lot of time's passed, and somebody's like, "Jeremy, it's been like 7 minutes."
Yeah, I know
Exactly what you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
Yeah, it seems like it's been an eternity
But
when it has. At
that's
least
for
that's what I'm
infrequent
told.
smokers, I've heard.
That's
But
at least
I've
that's what I've
never,
been told. I'm not going to say that for myself. I don't do those sorts of things. Nobody in the podcast does those air quotes sorts of things.
We don't do drugs. We just drink alcohol.
Just say no.
Okay, no food for almost a year.
Dare to say no.
And then in and out of the weeks, almost over a year to Where the Wild Things Are. And then this weird fucking thing with a bird's nest.
That's the first wild thing. The
Pops
first
out.
wild thing that pops up that you never
The
see
bird's
again.
nest. What are you
Look at the hair on that thing.
Yeah,
I
That's
did
the
not see
worst
the
toupee
bird's
I've
nest.
ever seen.
it's a bad haircut.
That's a
Yeah.
bad hair piece.
Okay,
This is an
It's
old
not really
balding-
though because he's got a goatee that matches.
Of course, you always get the top to match the chin. They have styles. They have different styles.
I don't know, man.
How is it dry if he's
I'm not
coming out of
sure.
the water?
I don't know.
Maybe he just floats above the water all the time.
Maybe it's a children's
It's like a
imagination.
duck. Maybe he's like a very
Is he trying
light.
to like scare that thing? Because look at his
Because he's
face.
blowing
He's
blowing smoke out of his
He
nose.
looks more worried,
I
though.
went Max. I know he looks worried.
He
but
looks
he's
worried.
like, do I fight? Do I?
Maybe it's fight, flight, or freeze that he's having. And he did 2 of them.
Fight
He's
and
just fight and freeze like.
So this is the first wild thing we see. This is wild thing number 1. Okay.
Yep.
How many wild things do you think there are?
6.
7.
That was pretty quick. I like
You
that.
counted them?
No, I actually did not.
I just guessed.
Okay. I will tell you,
34.
there are 9 wild things.
Oh, okay. I was close.
Okay.
This is the first of 9.
Oh, do I get to go to the showcase showdown? That was the closest.
You were closest. You
Let's
win.
bring out the wheel, Bob. Here it comes.
Oh, Bob Barker was a racist. But anyway,
He was. Drew
He really
Carey
was.
all day. Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
There's
Bob
a whole
Barker was a
documentary
serious
on it.
racist.
He
Go-
hated
go-
being around black people.
he
He would avoid you physically.
He really would.
If he like
Like-
celebrate, like, ooh, he's like,
go
get away from me.
go look on YouTube.
It's funny.
Look up Bob Barker's a racist. It really is like
God.
pretty
It's
crazy.
pretty hilarious.
Yeah, it's like
it's sadly
he's like-
hilarious.
He's like, I don't want a hug from you. Like it's
Yeah,
really
I
insulting.
mean, he turns into a football player and jukes the shit out of this lady
like
on
he does.
stage.
He's like, oh, stiff arm.
hit her
He looks
with
like
the
the Heisman
Heisman.
Trophy. Ooh,
He hit her with the
Heisman. Yeah,
Okay.
he loved them dogs and cats, but he didn't like. He really,
My name is Bob Barker. Always spay and neuter your pets and don't trust black people.
yeah, Yeah, I'm sure he was a good person, but yeah, he was kind of. A
Are you
racist.
sure about that?
I don't know. He was a good person.
I don't know. That's
Okay, so they don't. The
What the is with these monsters? These are the weirdest looking.
they have no names.
I
They
wouldn't
have
name
no
this,
names in these.
I
They all
wouldn't
look
name these
kinda
abominations either if I was their parents.
What's up?
They all look kind of related. They got the same eyes.
they-
Well,
kinda
they
do.
represent his
Have some
relatives.
same-
They represent his relatives, right?
So yeah, he's gonna draw them all similar. They all have that crazy jaundiced,
Wait.
like they smoke crack eyes.
What do you mean they represent his
are we?
relatives?
He drew them based on his relatives. Like he drew them.
That was the
author did.
inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah, the author. Which means that
That's
he's probably having Max do the same thing. These are Max's relatives.
in and out of it weeks and almost over a year to where the wild things are. Clearly unreliable narrator. He wasn't gone for a year, unless it's like I don't know, like a.
It's Inception.
It's not. See, I wouldn't use Inception because that's too new of an idea. I would use.
Maybe he can't really.
He was Inception
understand
before
time.
You know what?
Inception.
It's the cupboard. It's the.
The Indian in the cover?
No, you need any cupboard. Not the
Narnia?
cupboard. The Narnia. Right. It's the wardrobe.
The Lion and the Witch and the
Oh,
Wardrobe.
because remember they go in the wardrobe and it's been a couple minutes and they're in there for years.
So like Kratos.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's fine. Okay, so he comes to where the wild things are. They roar their terrible roars and gnash their terrible teeth and
is he
roll
in
their
Narnia?
terrible eyes and show their terrible claws.
Okay, does
Well,
one of these
terrible.
guys have a shirt on? The Freddy Krueger guy?
I don't-
He looks like he has a shirt on, right?
He does. I'm actually wearing him. I'm actually
Krueger.
wearing this particular scene
The
on my
exact one.
shirt.
And he's half scaled, scaly animal shit in
I
hair.
just think it's just kind of a.
Dude, that's a hair shirt. He grew different colors.
I like that. That one of them is riding the other.
The goat guy.
Yeah, go guys.
He's got
really,
the different horns.
he's really riding that line, guys.
Why does everybody have a fucking perm? I don't understand. This is like, except for the guy with
curly
the
hair.
Except for fucking Freddy Krueger, the rest of them look like
Yeah.
they just hit the beauty shop right before they came to
I'm
scare
telling
this
you, man.
kid.
I think the art in these scenes like this is just really wonderful.
I mean, the art is great.
Yeah.
I have no complaints about that. Dude really hit it. If you want to make a weird monster,
Yeah,
he made.
I love the duck.
He
I love
nailed
the
it
duck-
100%
the duck
green on
feet.
the. Yeah, the duck feet. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like that's why I said Island of
I
Dr.
think it's
Moreau.
a weird monster.
Hybrid shit.
Weird monster in my mind is like Cronenberg.
yeah. Cronenberg.
That's
yeah.
weird monster.
Okay,
this
but-
is like kind of cutesy, trying to
don't
be
know.
scary because I'm going to add some
Maybe
pointy
awkward
things.
is a better word.
I think it's terrifying. I think if
think
you're a
the
child,
shading-
if you're a child, this is a terrifying scene.
You know what? This book, I've never read this book.
Really?
Before
Same
we
here.
did it.
What?
And you know why I've never read this book? Because the cover always made me go, oh, this is weird. I don't want to read this. And I used to read when I was a kid, man, I was reading books like
I had to
I
look
would
at the
go
cover.
through them like crazy. This book I avoided like the plague.
I don't know. I read this probably. I probably read this in my life 2 or 3 dozen times. This is the most popular children's book of all time.
I don't remember
don't
reading this or
understand
having it
why.
ever be read to me or anything. Nothing.
trauma block that.
I knew
shit.
of it, but I had no idea.
Yeah, it's a huge. It's a really but I think so. He gets to the island. He sees they're kind of terrible. And then until Max says, "Be still," and tame them with a magic trick. It doesn't really tell him what the magic trick is.
No, it does. It absolutely tells you what the magic trick is.
Moving his thumb?
No, the magic trick of staring into their yellow eyes without blinking once. And they were frightened and called him the most wild thing. So basically, he did the fucking stare down, the blinking contest. He did the blinking contest. Well, whoever blinks first loses.
I don't know. I think they're all
I
cats.
thought he did the like Crocodile Dundee thing with the bull. With a little hand, you know what I'm talking about. You seen Crocodile D?
Yeah, that dumb shit.
I don't remember that, but
it's stupid. It's really dumb.
Yeah, it's 80s movie dumb.
Oh, yeah. So here you have number 6 Wild Thing. The bull guy on the far right, that is number 6 Wild Thing shows up.
Okay, why?
You need some dental work.
Why?
They all need a little dental work.
So close to the first Wild Thing. He is invading his personal space in a way that I don't even want to describe.
I don't know. Is that a... I don't know.
That's why the guy has his hands. That's why this guy has his hands on his face. He's like, I cannot believe you're doing this right now.
There's also a giant size inconsistency because if you look at the size of the goat guy here,
he's way bigger.
He's way bigger in this scene than he was in the last scene.
Maybe that's a representation of him growing. That's a lot of dead air.
Yeah, we're not touching that.
I'm not.
Yeah, no. Nope. You stand alone on that one, my friend. Yeah, not gonna get into that.
Okay.
Okay, and made him king of all the wild things. And he gets his crown.
Crowned him. That's insanity. He scared them once. This kid has the ego. He has the ultimate ego.
It's imagination. This isn't real. It's all imagination.
I'm hypnotized.
I understand.
It's like,
I love it.
I've
That's
got you
my
under
point.
my control now. What do? King me.
That's
King
my
me.
point.
Yeah,
is
that's
that
gonna be king.
He could do anything he wants, and the first thing he does is subjugate these people. He's like immediately probably started charging them taxes.
I wouldn't go that far.
Honestly, he just wanted to be.
What do kings do?
To tell people what to
they
do.
They rule with an iron fist.
Okay, so if you look into this from a perspective, he's being told what to do by his mom. Mm-hmm. So he automatically takes that role and starts telling someone else what to do. Like that's kind of where you're going with this, right? So
he's taking it out on somebody.
He's taking it out on
else.
somebody else, you know. And this is where also meet number 7 Wild Thing, the eagle person.
Eagle Man.
Eagle Man.
Oh no.
Bird
it must
person.
be Eagle Man.
It's bird person.
I've got something for you.
Look at those low rates.
Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I know what that is.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's right. You lived in the Illinois area.
I thought a bird person, and I immediately wanted him to see like in bird culture. That's not really. That's not appropriate.
Okay, so
that's offensive in bird culture.
More proof that he's a fucking hard ass ruler. What do? Like make people dance, right? Dance for me.
Let the wild rumpus start. He's just having
he just says like celebrate.
It's an orgy of sorts.
I'm coming from the conspiracy theory.
So and then you meet the 8th.
Everything is a conspiracy.
So this is the 8th number 8th wild thing.
Oh yeah, nasal.
And then the 9th wild thing's over here. This is the 9th guy. So those are not on the other pages.
Why does he have that hair? That hair is hilarious.
I don't know. It's just it's wild hair.
I know, but it's just like his hair is different than everybody else's.
But I love these pages. I feel like they say so much without saying anything.
I wish there was more when the words. I wish the words said more to complement these wonderful pages. And
yeah, like look at this. Look at the art, man. That's really wonderful. I actually have a better.
I don't know. I wasn't impressed.
Really?
Maybe I was just going, what in the hell?
Maybe this is like peanut butter.
I mean, there's a lot of cool shading going on, but I'm like, it's okay.
If you don't give it to somebody as a kid, they probably will be allergic to it as an adult.
No, I'm not touching that one with a 10-foot pole either.
Why? I said peanut butter. Oh, I know what you're going to say. Shut up.
Yeah. Let's see, like there's a bigger picture. It's art. I like the art. I think the art.
You can like
really,
it.
It's all right.
It was okay.
It's no quacking.
No.
I think, like I said, I think
evil
quacking
underwear.
with AI, but that's so
like wild robot. But
the wild robot is a
okay.
So the artwork's
we're not going back to the wild robot.
fetid piece of shit.
They're still
And now he's riding them like they're steeds.
He is riding them like they're steeds, and they're carrying him off. They're carrying him on his shoulders like Rudy. Like I just watched Rudy the other day. So
Rudy's a piece of shit.
Rudy, you don't like Rudy?
Yeah, we'll talk about Rudy later.
Oh, come on.
That's
you don't like Rudy?
Asshole.
He's not selfish. He has a dream.
I have to. His dream is to the football game and get personal glory.
They're already way ahead.
Yeah, I know.
He doesn't screw anything up. Rudy, take it back. Take it back. Take it back.
No, we'll talk.
Rudy is amazing.
No,
take it back.
Rudy's a
can take it back.
Rudy's a dick.
Rudy's amazing. You take it back. He had a dream and he went after the dream.
I'm gonna watch that movie again and point out why.
You know what? No. There's nothing wrong with Rudy. That is no.
I think you guys need to do a video.
Yeah.
Argument.
Sure,
I'm gonna have to rewatch the movie.
Yep.
But yes, we should.
No.
He's like absolutely not factual. He's a good guy.
He's a fantastic. Like it's a cool story. I love it.
You should have made the team.
He was part of the team.
You know
what
I mean?
Practice squad.
That's not making.
He was part of the team. He had heart. They put him on the field because everybody had heart.
Everybody has a heart.
He didn't have a heart. He had heart. Like he had grit and he had
all that intangible shit.
Whatever.
Doesn't equal.
Don't hate up on Rudy.
Doesn't equal touchdowns.
Stop hating on Rudy. Stop hating on Rudy.
All right, so we're gonna go back to the
wild robot.
Wild robot. Like, this is his go off. That's his word. What you say?
Anyway,
how dare you talk about that book?
And then he has him on the shoulders, and they say, "Now stop," Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. He's fulfilling that role.
He's completely mimicking what his parents did.
I said this kid is emotionally unstable and then taken after his mom. Somebody needs to talk to this child.
So it's really interesting you say that.
To not get revenge when he's upset.
Because there's so many deeper,
but he's probably hungry,
emotions and theories that. I don't know if this is the other thing you were wanting to allude to, but when I'm talking to Claude, going, what's the deeper thing? Like, he was sent to bed, and they applaud the parents for not meddling or minimizing his emotions that he has at that point in time. And these monsters are his emotions. He's angry. They're angry. He deals with them. He works through them, and he kind of calms them in a certain way and controls it, rather than the parents coming in and trying to help him control his emotions. He deals with it himself.
Yeah,
and they said that was such a huge factor in this book, and I'm like, that is digging way too deep for
the end is bullshit.
Here,
because I don't agree. The parents caused the state of emotion.
Here's what
can't something up and fix it and be the hero.
Here's what Maurice.
That's what this book did.
Here's what Maurice Sandex.
There's a lot of interpretation.
Here's what Maurice Sandex said about the whole thing. Ready? It's the author. Max, the hero of my book, discharges his anger against his mother and returns to the real world, sleepy, hungry, and at peace with himself.
Yep.
Certainly, we want to protect our children from new and painful experiences that are beyond their emotional comprehension and then intensify anxiety, and to a point we can prevent premature exposure to such experiences. That is obvious. But what is just as obvious, and what is too often overlooked, is the fact that from their earliest years, children live on familiar terms with disruptive emotions, that fear and anxiety are intrinsic part of their everyday lives, and that they continually cope with frustration as best they can. And it is through fantasy that children archive catharsis. It is the best means they have for taming wild things. It is my involvement with this inescapable fact of childhood, the awful vulnerability of children and their struggle to make themselves king of all wild things, that gives my work whatever truth and passion it may have. So I think if you go from that, like, that's pretty thoughtful, and that's pretty.
If I was Steve Harvey and this was Family Feud, I would be like, and the survey says,
yeah,
because I don't agree with that shit. And not even in I think that's just bullshit to get accepted by the author. Yeah. Like that's. I
think there's some deeper meaning.
I get it. I totally see what he's saying, and I can see how the book relates to that. But without somebody telling me that, I would not have pulled that.
I think it's just one of those things, like, you can take it at face value. It's a tale, and then the tale, Max goes home and his mother loves him and he has dinner.
Yeah.
And he's able to return. And he even says, "Now stop," Max says, and sent the wild things off to bed. And Max, the king of all wild things, was lonely.
Yep.
and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. The wild things don't really love him, and he kind of knows they don't really love him. Okay. So he wants to go to the person that loves him best of all. Our mother. Who amongst us? Our mothers love us. The first person to love us.
Get it.
Don't get it. But if you're being withholding to get that love. Because see, again, she caused this state of mind. That's like a
codependent.
She caused this state of mind on him. That's where the root of it all is. Because she is the one who caused the state of mind. All that you read about Sendak, my rebuttal for that is we use our words. That's what it is. You can it's not as bad as, but it's in the same vein as a spanking.
I don't. She sent him to bed. He's not going to starve.
He's not going to starve, but that's not the point. Like, it's not about meal. It's not about him like passing away from hunger. It's about when you use stuff like food. And like if you send somebody like to their room, I understand that's like, I don't send my kids.
It's not taking away a basic need.
Yeah, exactly. But when you take away
meal, like it's not like you're not telling them you can't go take a poop or a pee. Like,
but how many times
piss yourself?
How often do you do that? How often do you
dare go to the bathroom?
And let's say the kid goes on a streak of bad behavior. How long can you not feed them?
Come on, this is. I think we're reading a little too much. This is one. In the end, the mother brings him the food. Like
I'm just saying,
it's not like he doesn't get the food. Like
I know it's an extrapolation.
I get what you're coming from, but I don't think. I think in the end, like he wants to go back to the people that love him best.
Of course, because she just when you're a kid and your parent does. And this is coming from...
I don't think the mother did anything bad here, okay? The mother's not like a terrible human being for telling him to go to his room without food. Like, that's not, in my mind, that's not anywhere near spanking. I think that's...
Like I said, it's not as bad, but it's in the same realm. It's in the same realm of punishments that are overbearing.
I don't think it's that overbearing. I think it's in fasting that sometimes we're able to
forced fasting.
Forced
fasting. It's one meal, dude.
But it still was forced, though. And on top of that, I still have to bring up again the empty threat portion of this because he's not learning anything.
All parents do empty threats. All parents have at one point or another. We've done an empty threat.
I've empty threatened my kids maybe a handful of times.
We've all done
but I would say. By the time my third kid came around, empty threats were no longer a thing because I had learned better that they do nothing to help your child. They actually hurt your kid because they make your kid think, well, I can just do this thing and you're going to go, oh, I'll do this or I'll do that if you keep it up. And then they do it and you keep saying, oh, well, if you do one more time, it's just empty. It does nothing. And all I'm saying is this book is kind of like, there's a smiley face and then there's the frowny face and then there's the face with the line that's a mouth that's just a straight line. Yep. This book is the middle face. It's not good. It's not bad. It's nothing.
Okay,
exactly how empty calories.
She never says she's not going to bring him food. She says she sent him to bed without eating anything. So she said, you're going to go to bed. I want you to go to your room
without eating. How did he know it was without anything? Because he hadn't had dinner yet, and she told him to go to sleep. That's sending somebody to bed without dinner.
Go to your room. I don't know. I think
go to your room isn't bad by itself.
I think it's. Do
you think this is the first time this has happened in this household?
No, hell no. That's like when you.
I think this has happened multiple times because he knew to go to his room and he knew exactly how to pass time and do something to entertain himself.
I don't know. I think
there was no shock factor of oh my god, I'm not getting dinner.
He got his ass kicked by the wild things the first 5 times he went there.
I will admit to personally sending my kid to bed. Or sending my kid to telling my kid no to food. I'll admit to that.
But under what premise though? Under the premise
you're gonna eat what we have, or you're not gonna eat.
That's different though.
Different.
This is under the premise of I'm taking your food away because you did something that I think is not right. And it wasn't even a big deal.
It's one meal.
It wasn't even a big deal because look, this is the fragility of the 50s and 60s to me. Parents, even now, parents are something like that. But the whole don't talk back. You're supposed to be seen and not heard type shit. That's the way parents were in this era. Disobedience was met with like you said earlier. In reality, he probably would have got.
Get it walked.
He probably would have got beat.
Yeah, there's nothing
So this was the good guy because this was not violence.
Yeah.
But I think it's just barely a step down.
So in the end, he does hear the food, right?
Well, wait.
The food,
Hold on. You guys got to look at the pictures again. So he takes off.
He smokes some with these kids.
All of the monsters.
Wait. I'm not there yet.
Are we still on the now stop page?
I'm not.
Oh, we're still at the now stop.
Then all around.
If you look, these guys look all drugged up.
They look tired. They've been partying.
This dude's definitely high.
The dude on the left, he's high and had food.
Just sleepy. Then all around him from far across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. So he gave up being king.
Now he abandons his people.
But the things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so."
Why are people saying they're going to eat other people?
It's
what
the
is
second
this?
time, right?
Up, see?
But it's just it's this mimicry. He's learning a lesson. Like it's this idea.
No,
of,
he's not.
This kid he's learning to fuck up because his mom did some silly shit by saying I'll what is
and Max said no. The wild things roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye.
Because the wild things were representative of his mother. Empty threats. Oh, we're gonna kill you while he's on a boat.
I think the wild things represent him. Actually, I'll explain a little bit more.
The wild things represent his emotions.
His emotions, probably. Yeah, it's probably true.
But he did it better in Inside Out
picture because he looks like such a little jerk.
And he broke both of his wrists at some point.
And sailed back over a year and in and out of weeks and through a day.
Look, that's
into his very own room where he found his supper waiting for him.
By the way, that's the face you have when someone tells you that you have a private boat. You immediately like, darling, we should go and jump on the boat for sure.
Yeah. And it was still hot. I want to point out, and it was still hot, is just empty pages.
Yeah, like this.
I love that.
He ran out of ideas.
I don't think so.
Ran out of steam.
No, I think that's saying this all happened in one night. This was not a several night thing.
Yeah.
So what if the end of the book was and the soup was cold and moldy and he's like emaciated? He's been asleep for 2 weeks.
His parents died in that year.
Let's break this up a little bit. Go ahead and play the. There's this really funny.
Which one? What am I playing?
Do the Family Guy. There's a Family Guy cutaway. It's really, really funny. If you want to turn your screen, you can let him see it too.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's funny as hell.
All right, fine. But I gotta say, being Justin was quite an adventure. Like when I found where the wild things were.
This motherfucker shot.
Oh my god!
Shot them all. I know you, man. So let me right to him.
The kid looks so sad. He's shocked. That's hilarious. Awesome. Wait, what was the last thing he said? Hold on, he said.
All right, now help me grind their horns into boner pills.
That's hilarious.
Wow. So I had to show that. Like that was, but also just as funny. Play the Maurice Sendak ebooks. Okay. So Maurice Sendak was in some interview, and Colbert Report used it on ebooks a lot. But Maurice Sendak apparently really hated ebooks. So go ahead and play it. I want to have a little funny before we.
Even an ebook. What do you say about that, Maurice?
That was what I say. I hate those ebooks. They cannot be the future. They may well be. I will be dead. I won't give it.
He said, I won't give a shit. But you know what? I don't disagree with that. I don't hate ebooks because they're convenient, but I also don't like, because this, just to step off for a second, how Sony just over everybody and just removed like 200. No, they removed 200.
That's happened before though,
right? But they removed 200 digital movies from their catalog, movies that you paid for that you no longer have access to.
It happened to me on Amazon,
and then they just did physical discs. They just did away with that. Yep. Mm-hmm. So books being digital, and then eventually there's going to be a point where they're going to be like, well, we're not printing books anymore. Yeah. That's dangerous.
Yeah, I agree.
Because then they can take all of our books and tell us which ones we can have and can't have. You know, like it's 1984.
So go ahead and do me a favor. Cue up the music.
Got it.
There is Disney actually owned the rights to this for a long time.
The song?
No, the book. They actually were tried to make a movie out of it. They're going to make an animated movie out of this.
That would have been better.
They had a hybrid. They had a hybrid technology. Oh, so it's half digital, half hand drawn.
You mean
they did a whole thing?
Who Framed Roger Rabbit style?
No, like half of it was digital, like
digitally
and half
created.
of it was
hand drawn cartoon.
Like it was digital over the top of hand drawn, and they did it as a proof of concept, and it never really worked, and it kind of fell flat. They never made the actual movie. There's like I think there's like 3 or 4 minutes of it out there.
That's the
it's
example.
not great.
It's an example of trying too hard.
Yeah. But Maurice Sendak sold these guys out like it was his job. I would show you some of the sellouts on this thing.
The sellout? What do you mean sellouts?
Like he sold, like he allowed them to be used for just about everything. Like, so here is, so here they are on the cover of Hornbook magazine.
Hornbook?
Yeah. Then you have them on they were used for Bell Atlantic advertisement back in the day.
Let me see. Let me see that.
Good for him. He's a good marketer. He knows how to.
He let them be used.
So you saying he sold out? Like he just started letting everybody.
He just let them be used for everything.
All right. I'm done with this guy.
He
just got a throne book.
But he did. There was
I don't have to pick it up.
There was an opera. There was an opera,
like a rock opera,
like an actual opera, like singing.
Was there a cereal?
No, I don't know.
Because if you didn't get a cereal, you didn't make. Well, maybe
probably.
I feel like there was
a puppet. There was a puppet show.
Wild Things.
There was like he tried
boner pills,
and then obviously you have the movie, which we will be reviewing later. I don't want to get into that. You got to review the movie. Like, do a review of the movie. We should do the movie.
I kind of want to see this movie just because I have an expectation of one of these wild things to sound like Tony Soprano.
It does.
It does. It's
so bad. I cannot wait for it. That's so bad.
We're doing this movie.
I am sad. I'm saddened that you guys didn't like the book. I'm really saddened by it.
Saddened.
I'm saddened. Yeah, this is a big one for me.
I know you were really hyping this up. I was going to say. Maybe because you were hyping this up, I was really expecting something a bit more than
it might be a case of overhyping.
Yeah,
not for me.
But you were talking about this weeks ago.
This book would have been shit to me no matter how often you talked about it before we started.
It's a great. I think.
But you read this book as a kid, didn't you?
Yeah, this was forced on you as a kid.
There's some nostalgia.
Okay.
I'll be honest.
You did not though.
No, not at all.
That's
not
what
at all.
Again. Peanut butter.
So,
don't get it as a kid. Allergic to it as an adult.
Stop saying that. Peanut butter allergies are no. Don't say that.
Why?
Like that's,
hey guys,
peanut
squirrel,
allergies are peanut allergies. Yeah, there you go.
All right, hey, back.
Did I say something controversial?
No, peanut allergies is
You're going down this thing about freaking peanuts again and bringing it back.
Yeah. Okay, so here's where this kind of comes into play. Ready?
Wait, do we want to play the song first?
You want to play a song first? Because we're about to get deep.
Oh man,
yeah.
I might have to go.
Since we're moving past my peanut analogy. All right, let's go. You ready?
Go for it.
Oh my god!
It's exactly what it sounds like.
It's like an Amazing Grace.
It's like a '90s R&B. Oh yeah, it's so bad. I love this so much.
What in the name of Wild Thing Houston?
Number one.
In my old room, book open wide. Little Mac ship on a savage tide. You on my lap, eyes big as rain. We hear that growl and feel that chain. A paper crown, a wild-eyed stare. A forest made in my rocking chair. You ask me how far can we go?
It's so weird because it's like this weird like
sexual energy.
Yeah, right?
What's wrong with this show?
It's funny as hell.
Oh my god.
We can break right out. We can run that crowd. Take me where the wild things are.
Oh, this gives the book an entirely different meaning.
This feels like somebody is strip dancing on somebody else.
Yeah.
It's
like this should be. They should play this down at Deja Vu strip club.
I told this '90s R&B.
Did you feel the book?
I did.
Okay.
Like but I think it went with like '90s ballad. Was kind of like '90s were very sexualized songs.
Yeah.
Feet stomp on a bedroom floor. Turn my house to a kingdom war. You got that grin, I got that beat. We make a jungle out the heat. That little book, it taught me right. Even monsters need a good night light. So if you drift where the shadows play,
you know what? It was stupid and I love it.
Then know
It's stupid. It's just dumb enough. It works though.
Nah, I just hate this book even more.
Okay, so
Oh my god.
yeah, you can kill it at this point if you want. So
I can't stop it.
So I'm gonna tell you two things that kind of
nice
changed
fade.
this book a little bit.
Nice
right?
fade. Nice
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it was really good. Nice. So let me tell you a couple things, right? So first, this can be looked at as an allegory for the Holocaust.
Oh my god.
Get the fuck out of here.
Listen. I'm being very serious.
I believe you that somebody's doing that.
No. Maurice Sandek's entire family was a Polish Jewish man.
Okay.
His entire family, like his mother's extended family, his dad's extended family, all died in concentration camps.
That's sad, but I
during
gotta
World
hear
War
how this
II.
shit's connected.
So
Yeah, that
because this just might bolster my argument if it's connected the way I think it is.
So yeah, it's kind of like the idea is that morality versus dogma, but there's some people read it as in like this idea of escapism. So wrote it as escapism to get away from
the realities of the Holocaust.
Yeah, so Holocaust. So
wait.
So is the
one way to
mom
read it.
Hitler?
I don't think mom's.
I'm not being even joking. I'm trying to say if this is an allegory to escapism from the Holocaust, then who's withholding the soup? What is this? Because they didn't. That was part of it. They starved them.
Yeah.
And I'm not even trying to be jokey about. I'm literally trying to understand how this can
It's kind
connect.
of an end of childhood innocence kind of idea.
Okay.
Harsh
Where's
realities.
the end of childhood innocence?
I don't see that. I feel like
I don't
whoever
know.
wrote that is
I
stretching
don't know.
the shit
That's one way of looking at it. The other
Well, wait. Let's go.
He said, wait, we gotta walk back on
it's
that.
confronting the incomprehensible. This was something that came up, and I was like,
incomprehensible.
Okay, who said this? That's what I want to know.
I read a couple different places that it's taken as that potentially could be an allegory.
Potential. We'll link it up.
Yeah.
Come on. I could say it could be potentially, the end of the world.
Okay.
So where's the freaking links?
It isn't directly. Let's see here. I have it written here.
I just asked Claude, like, is there any connection to the Holocaust in this story? Yes, actually a direct one, more than most people realize. As you were saying, Sendek's family was devastated by it. His parents were both Polish Jewish immigrants, and his childhood was affected by a death family of members during the Holocaust. The story of how he found out is brutal. On the day of his bar mitzvah, his father received terrible news. Okay, we don't have to go into this.
Yeah, that seems dark.
But yeah, where's the link?
I don't see. I see. I feel like he's just. I feel like his shit's just being overlaid, and it don't match up.
Yeah, maybe subconsciously. I don't know. That's
If
just
he did,
That's
he
just
didn't.
one.
If that was his inspiration, portrayed it.
Yeah,
poorly.
I don't think it was his inspiration. I think it was a subconscious thing, maybe. But I did. That was something that came up when I was doing my research.
Yeah. Okay.
The other one,
Stretching like Mr. Fantastic.
the other one is Maurice Sendak is gay. So the other one that came up was that it's an allegory for the homosexual experience, as far as being a closeted gay man. Like like the idea.
No super. That's
I feel like they're trying to make this about a cause that this book is not about.
So the idea is so the idea on this one, this allegory is that he goes through wild things, which is, the people that love you, you go, but in the end, what you're really looking for is acceptance from your own family. And that's kind of what
we could have had that if we had avoided the taking away of the soup and had a conversation about, what's appropriate to say and what's not.
Yeah,
I don't know. Then we could have avoided this whole story.
I'm saddened you guys don't like this book, man.
I could not care. I could not care for this book any less.
This
is an office reference. That book could be the star of a show called Books I Don't Care About.
I'm kind of getting there. I mean, it's really interesting to hear that there's a tie to this stuff. And
there
people
is stuff.
Took it,
yeah.
I feel like people are trying to, almost like what you guys are saying, overlay any sort of cause into this, or shoehorn something into this.
I gotta think.
And I'm like, it's a very basic story that could have some general links to certain things, and you could easily tie it together.
I would say as a gay Jewish man in the 1940s and 50s, how much that would play into your life, and how much that that fear of being outed and all that kind of stuff. That's got like that. I'm just saying that's got to play
tell
into
it better, because I don't think let me say it like this. I don't think if they who put that out, or whoever put that out, I don't think if that person put that out, if it wasn't Sendak, right?
No, I don't. No, Sendak never.
Okay, so Sendak never said this.
Yeah.
So this is just the rantings of some crazy. But if Sendak never said that, and that was his aim or cause or thought, he portrayed it poorly, and nobody would ever get that. Nobody. I don't even see how anybody could connect those.
Well,
dots.
I don't think anybody knew he was gay in 1963 when he put this book out.
Right. Yeah.
But I think subconsciously, it's got to play in there some way.
This
but
book,
I don't.
This book is the embryonic stem cell of books. It is just blank, and you can just lay whatever shit you want.
It's 300 words. It's a great book. I thought it was a great book.
I feel like the 300 word thing bugs you.
It does. I think.
He only put like 3-4 words on the last page.
Could have been 304.
I think for me,
that would have been fine.
I think he's able to say a lot with what he has.
Yeah.
I don't think it's. I think there's a lot. I think because it's a blank slate, I think you can tie whatever you want. I think
that's kind of what that was the point I think I was trying to make.
Yeah, I think it's a really good book in that
anyone can mold or shoehorn a story or a feeling or a cause or something into this, but that's really stretching it. And if you're reading this to a kid, that kid's not going to be like, "Oh, was he a gay Jewish?"
Well, you might as well give him Tolstoy.
I think it goes back.
You might as well give the kid Tolstoy.
Yeah, it's a reference to War and Peace. But
make him read Tolstoy.
But the idea is that there's these things that are that were part of who he was. I think that I don't think you can deny that those were part of who he was.
Well, yeah, they're even talking about
definitely could have played into it.
There's
not going to be
a lot of Jewish references, like we said, the Vilde Shia thing, the Yiddish. Okay, I get that. That's perfectly fine. But tying it to the Holocaust, Claude even goes a little bit more about like the emotional tone in the house he grew up in, because they were constantly mourning, and it's like, okay, I get it, but I don't get these constantly mourning in this book at all. If anything, the kid's like, F that, I'm going to go have fun in my own head for a little bit and come back and still get my food.
But it's kind of like this idea of escaping, like the homosexual escaping to your chosen family. He goes into the wild things, which is chosen family, but you really want being banished to the wildness. I think it's. I could see that. It would be hard for this longing for unconditional love. I think it's harder for us to understand. Like, in the 1950s and 60s, I think there was a different take on that.
I'm from an era where people didn't. Like my family, and not to get all like saddy, no, but like I had to deal with that. Like growing up, like trying to get love from somebody who had no interest in giving me love, when everybody else in the world was getting love from the same kind of people, right? Yeah. And so for me, that's kind of why I don't like this book. This might be part of it, because it mirrors my thing, like my experience of people being withholding. And
maybe,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe that's,
So the same way that your experience is colored by, or your view of the book is colored by your experience, but
how was this book phrased by my experience? Was it read to you as like a nighttime book? Was it a fun story? Was it, Jeremy, let's go sit down and read Where the Wild Things Are?
So you can, not get
make you think about this.
I think as a kid, I think it was, okay, the wild things and the fun. He's having a lot of fun, but in the end, you go back to like you're going back to the people that love you, and I think that's kind of the way.
Was it like paraphrased for you that way? Was it told like, oh, he's going back to his parents? Did you pull that at that age? I
didn't pull that at that age. It says it right in the book. Like he was looking for the unconditional love. Yeah, true. The food brings him back. That's just what I took from it as a kid. I don't know. I think as a book, it speaks a lot. It speaks a lot without saying a lot.
Okay. So with that being said, unless you have more,
I don't. Okay. That's just. I just wanted to bring those lenses up because those lenses. When I did the research, those lenses definitely came up, and I wanted to bring that up.
They did.
See what you,
and it's funny that you said that.
Interesting lens.
Because this is a perfect segue into comments and reviews.
Really? Okay.
Because the comments and reviews that I read mirror our conversation.
Okay.
Exactly. This book is on there's a website called listchallenges.com, and there's
what challenges?
List challenges.
Okay.
And I think it's just a book or a website that challenges people to like have lists of things and be completed, because they keep leaderboards on who reads, like for the books section, who reads the most books and who's read this book and how many out of all the 1,000 books to read before you die by James Mustick.
Okay.
Where the Wild Things Are is number 20 on the list of percentage of users who've read that book. So it's like 20th highest. Mm-hmm. There is a Where the Wild Things Are hate thread on Reddit.
I believe it. Yeah.
I read it. I've r/daddit said, "Is it just me, or is Where the Wild Things Are a terrible book? I've read it 4 to 5 times over the last month. Each time I'm struck by the fact that the sentence structure is terrible and the words make no sense. The artwork is beautiful. The words are shit." Just had to get that out. And there's a bunch of people who agree with that, but the reviews, it's where the reviews, okay, so when I went on, Goodreads, I believe that there are over a million views, a million books a million reviews of the book.
Sold like 30 million copies.
It's 19 million.
19 million?
Yeah, 19 million is sold. Cancel that. Yeah, it's 19 million have sold, and I'll tell you
that may have changed since.
Oh, I can't
since
do it
then.
right now. It might have changed.
This thing still, and the other thing is, he didn't really write that many. He didn't really do that many books. I think he only did like 30 books.
This is the craziest grift.
Yeah, which is really weird.
He wrote 300 words and sold 30 million books. That's crazy.
It's like a long poem. It's like a poem more than
anything. Okay,
I can see that.
So I'm gonna start with 2-star. These reviews, the 5-star reviews were the 5-star reviews.
It is what it is.
They praised the books. Nothing interesting there. But when we get down to the 1 and 2-star reviews, right? Okay,
the ones you agree with,
the ones that I happen to agree with, they are more explosive. So we're gonna start with a 2-star review. Ruble, 2 stars. The review, 2.5.
That's it? Just 2.5. That's all he wrote?
Yeah. He couldn't give 2.5 stars because it only lets you give full stars one way or another. But he felt so compelled to give that extra half a star that he had to write out a review that was giving the extra half star.
Jesus.
Unless he's really dumb and just wanted to do 4.5 stars, so he's adding. I don't know. Either way, that was his whole review. I thought that was pretty funny. Just like, what the are you doing, dude? Like, that was an unnecessary review. You've done nothing to help me understand the book. Right. So then we got Lucy. I really like the illustrations. They're super pretty, and the Wild Things high key. The Squad. That's some young people shit. High key just means obvious. Like, yo, that's like obvious.
High key?
It's the opposite of low key.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how kids talk these days.
High key?
Yeah, high key the Squad. So basically they're saying, but
the dumbest thing
high key, those are the cool kids or whatever, right? So, but Max is a stupid piece of shit child, and I can't get over that to rate the book higher. So, also he should have apologized or been nice before he got dinner. 2 stars.
I gotta say, Max is not my favorite part.
He is a dick.
He's kind of
yeah, he is.
All right,
but I think there's a lesson to be had. I still
the
think
lesson
there's a
is
lesson to be had.
if you're an asshole to your kid's gonna be one too. Or maybe he was born that way.
Man. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
He seems like a rambunctious, precocious child, and
who has no direction and guidance in his life.
I don't know. 1960s kids, like
they didn't get so much raised.
That's
they
before
got disciplined and annihilation.
Basically, parenting was just beating the
beat the shit out of your up.
Like, your kid had ADHD, beat the shit out of him.
Beat
your kid had
ADHD
emotional problems, you beat the shit out of him. Like, it's just like here, taste the back of my hand. Like, it's not like
right. You clean up, beat you on mistake.
So I think this is very gentle, and it's like, go to bed without any food. Like,
okay, I mean, sure. If I shot you and then punched you in the face and was like, how gentle was that punch? In comparison to being shot, sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think
it's still bad though. The punch still hurt.
Nobody's starving this kid. Clearly, the kid's not starving.
That's why I punched you and didn't stab you.
I don't know.
So
because it's not as bad, but it's still bad.
More.
I have more.
Okay, because I've got something completely unique here.
Okay.
Do you really?
All right. So I only have three more. Now we're down to. Well, hold on. This is a 2-star, but I'm gonna read it last because it's very funny to me. Ash. Yeah, I never really did get all the hype on this one. Even as a child, I didn't really like it. And now, as an adult, I read it and think, is this supposed to make it seem okay to be a little tyrant? I would hope that most kids would see what a brat the kid is and strive not to be such a horrible little turd. But with the prospect of going to a cool, magical new land, I don't know. I may have tried it out just to see. Kind of like when I didn't tell my parents I lost a tooth just to make sure the tooth fairy wasn't real. This little was doing investigations on his parents. That's hilarious. I didn't even read the last part of that. I didn't even register that. He's
like a
put
little
sting operation on his parents.
Little Chris Hansen. Why don't you have a seat right there?
Yes, have a seat right here, Mom. So there was supposed to be $1 under my bed.
There was no. That's nothing in my.
We need to talk
about
the tooth fairy. All right, so Voldemort.
Somebody put himself Voldemort. I love that.
Should be 0. 0! All caps. What this book taught me. Being an asshole is always fun. You learn to order around other freaks, and at the same time, your lovely mother will be so proud she'll cook a warm supper as a reward.
Yeah, right.
What was the author thinking? 1 star.
It's all about imagination. Like, it's imagination.
Yeah. That kid imagined a meal that was good while he was sitting there like starving.
Maybe like the monsters were his stomach.
Yeah,
like
maybe
making noises.
The monsters was his anger, his hunger, his hanger. Like that's that was. He just needed a Snickers.
The kid had emotional issues. Seriously,
if you give the kid a Snickers, all those monsters would have disappeared.
All right, I got one more. Okay,
one more review. I'm gonna try and power through this one real fast. Okay, so Kirk says, "What's the moral of this story?" Some might say Sindak's work is a testament to the unbridled powers of a child's imagination. Others would posit that the true virtue of Where the Wild Things stems from the reversal of a timeless power dynamic in which monsters frighten children. In Sindak's carefully rendered world, monsters submit to the whims of children, which appears to suit Max well enough. I assume it works well for other children as well. If you can't convince snot-nosed brats that monsters don't exist, at least you can convince them that monsters are friendly. Children they get political, so I'm going to move away from that. And then at the end, right, he even put a little picture of a kid throwing a middle finger up. Right, he was angry. Okay, so and then the last part is aside from the self-imposed starvation, I don't see how it's self-imposed, but maybe that's how he sees it. The book teaches children to give up on their aspirations as soon as the slightest temptation arises.
Oh my God!
He smelled good things to eat, so he gave up being king. It sends a message that those who love you would just as happily rip your entrails out and feast upon them as soon as you decide to leave. Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so. And finally, it shows them that the parents' threats are temporarily limited and eventually love will cause them to cave in. At the end of the story, Max returns to his room where he found his supper waiting for him. Way to be strong, Mom. Pushover.
Wow.
I bet Satan loves this book.
Satan loves this book. Wow, Jesus.
2 stars. Didn't give it 1 star. Gave it 2 stars. That's why I thought this was going to be crazy.
Give it 2 stars.
Why do people do that?
All right.
Okay. I'm interested to have a switch in.
I got a little game. Claude and I did a little discussion here.
I would like to play a game.
Exactly. I asked it, are there any books that have similar themes that we have reviewed? And what were some of the crossover themes? And it chose 1 book. Can you guys guess what the 1 book is based on this?
It would be
let me get the list
with Will Robinson.
Let me get the book list out.
The themes that it said is a protagonist alone in an unfamiliar wild environment. Another theme is being feared.
Oh, you.
Before accepted.
You.
Instinct versus imposed identity.
Robot.
You. The wild robot.
believe this. I could not believe it. And
That's
then leaving
hilarious.
home, family, choosing to return, and then the wild space is a place where rules.
See, now
don't apply
I hate the
temporarily.
wild.
I'm
Now I
like,
hate
wow.
the wild robot more because it's just a ripoff of the wild things are.
That's how you know it's a stem cell.
Oh, but some of the details behind it were pretty good. I was like, okay,
That's funny.
I had to throw it in there, man. I had to.
You got duped, Jeremy.
I'm not doing.
You've been tricked into liking the wild robot.
I don't like the
believe
wild
it.
robot.
Oh, look, it even has the wild robot, the wild thing.
The wild robot.
It's an overlay.
Wait.
The
I don't like
overlay
the wild
fits.
robot on the island. The wild robot's fine. Wild robot on the island is a fest. You know what?
Man. I had to.
It's fine.
That's
actually really clever.
I was like, wow, that's actually pretty good.
It's really
That's
close.
funny.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So ratings.
Okay, I'll go first because I love
He's
this
gonna give
book.
it 6 books
I love this book.
to help out the average.
And I maybe it might be my.
Nostalgia.
I think there is some nostalgia.
Totally.
I think just
You're
as
a
much as
nostalgic
Ping
kind of
is
guy. Yeah.
Ping is nostalgia for other people.
No.
Sure.
I think so. Here's the
it is.
thing. I think this is the second book in a row we've done that's older,
Yep.
right? So I think, given that it's written in the 1960s, and I'm not sure where children's books were in the 1960s. Okay, so I think we're out of the Dick and Jan books, like
Dick and Jane?
Dick and Jane. Thank you. Did I say Jan?
Jan.
That's my stepmom's name. Don't say that.
Not every Jan.
Yeah. But so the Dick and Jane books, right? I think you're getting out of that, and I think you're getting into more story driven. I like it. Like you said, it's a stem cell, so you can kind of attach
just place
whatever you want
on this.
Yeah,
shit.
I think it's
a blank canvas on which to lay your hopes and dreams.
I like what it's without like getting into like the mom's an asshole for like not feeding the kid, whatever.
Oh, we went there though.
Yeah,
She left breadcrumbs on the stairs.
Whatever.
Like that's what you get.
I think if you get past, if you're able to look past that, which I am because I don't think it's that big a deal. I think if you're able to look past that, I think it's a story of, longing for acceptance, and ultimately realizing that the acceptance was there all along, and love, the unconditional love, was there all along. So for me, that's what I take out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I give it 4. I will say this. I hate to admit this, but when I went back and read it, it wasn't the 6 that I thought it was going to be. I'll be the first person to admit that. Like this is like me and my wife both love this book. My wife had a cat named Max after Max. Like
We've got a cat named Max.
Yeah.
But,
was a cat an asshole?
it was. But
well,
It's just a smug-faced cat. Just
but like, so I had a lot of, maybe it's clouded by nostalgia. I don't know. I remember having poster Where the Wild Things Are poster on the wall as a kid.
right.
signed by
Like,
the Wild Things.
But it's just, so I would say 4.
Max.
I will say I say the art's amazing for what it is.
Doesn't
I
make
really
it up.
I really like the art.
Doesn't close the gap for me. They are.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm gonna go 2.
you're gonna go
Yeah,
2.
you go
2.
You go
I'm gonna
two.
go 4.
I'm gonna say 2 because the artwork's not bad. It's not great. There's some nice shading. The stories. I really was disappointed by the story.
His cross hatching is excellent.
Yeah,
Cross hatching is excellent.
but I was just like,
So you
it's
guys
not
are a
horrible.
no for the movie. Then we're gonna backtrack.
Oh, I want to see this movie.
Now I kind of want to see it.
I
want
wanna
to
see what- if- how
try
can
and
you- if
remember it,
what-
'cause I remember
what-
it being really bad.
Horrible
Yeah,
piece
you
of
do.
shit can you make out of that? That's not enough clay to make a fucking pencil.
Now you're saying something.
And it's a
If
Spike-
it
and
was
it's
a
Spike Jones movie,
stop
too,
motion claymation,
Oh yeah,
I would have watched
that
it.
would have been cool, like
Yeah.
Jack
Horace and
Skellington type
Gromit
shit,
or something.
Yeah, Wallace and Gromit,
Yeah, I'm
Wallace and
not-
Gromit,
or the
yeah.
Chicken Run
Yeah.
story.
Yeah. But
I will say, I'd say 4. You're gonna go 2.
I'm gonna go 2. I didn't.
You're gonna go
I
1, aren't
was
you?
very
Well,
disappointed.
I'm gonna have a comment that follows.
Go ahead.
So I'm gonna go. There's no need to rehash even why.
Yeah, you're fine.
1 star, and the comment is 0.5 stars. Sorry,
Oh
this
my
book
God.
was annoying as Dude, I didn't even hate it. I just was I was annoyed by the kid. I was annoyed by the mom. Okay. I was annoyed by how the monsters looked. I was annoyed by the fact that this kid named his boat Mac. There's no redeeming qualities for this book. I think I was
with you. I'm with you on the annoyance part because I read through it 5 or 6 times, just going, "What am I missing here?"
You read through it 5 or 6 times?
Just digging so hard for it.
I finished this book. I was like, "Oh, finally!"
I'm like, I can't be missing something.
I'm done.
Yeah, I don't know. I like I said, I think I was disappointed. And the 4 is with a disappointment too.
I know.
The 4 is probably
kind of the funny thing.
The 4 is probably inflated due to my nostalgia on it.
Yeah, yeah.
But
you got nostalgia points.
I definitely. I don't know. I think there's more to it. I really enjoyed. I will say, might have involved my research too. I very much enjoyed the research on this one. I read a lot. Maurice Sendak. I know more about Maurice Sendak than I ever needed to know, ever wanted to know. I'm kind of interesting guy, but overall, there's better. I think modern picture books are probably, obviously they're from a different perspective. I think some of the books that we've read, I don't think this is as good as Meet the Robinsons.
Oh, hell no.
By any stretch of the imagination.
Not even close.
Like I don't think it. Yeah, but I think Meet the Robinsons had it had a better moral too. If it did have moral, I don't know if it had that much of a moral, but it the acceptance piece.
Yeah.
But I would say this. I didn't hate it, but I know you
like
hated
you said.
it, Sean.
I think you have more of a nostalgia factor than anything else than we do.
Yeah.
And I know, I mean, being friends and everything, I feel like nostalgia plays a big part with you.
I think
it's got a heavy weight for sure. So I'm glad you were able to enjoy it.
Yeah, no, I will definitely say the 4 is
I'm mad
heavy
that
on
you even
nostalgia
like
points.
it.
I will say this, if I'm able to step back and if I had never read this as a child, I knew nothing about it. If I didn't done no research, okay, because I've also spent probably a better part of, this is not even an exaggeration, the better part of 12 to 14 hours on research on this book.
Wow. Okay.
That's crazy.
So
I spent like 12 minutes reading that book and could never get it again.
But I did. I dude, I don't know if you guys know this. Almost every book I spend anywhere from 4 to 10 hours on the research.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah. So for me, I kind of bought into it a little bit more because of the research. I kind of able to read more, more into it. And again, part of the reason I didn't want you to tell you about the other stuff is because I didn't want that to play into how you felt about it. Yeah. Which is good. Like I'm trying my best to not,
we have a rule. We're upholding the rule of no talking about the book beforehand. So it's like, okay.
Right.
Yeah. So, but I will say, I get it. I totally get it. I will say that, if I never read this before, I would say 1 to 2. I'm with you.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm not going to deny myself the nostalgia because, to be quite frank, there's there's a laser right now. Yeah, there's a cat laser.
There's a goddamn sniper in here. They're trying to kill me.
Sean is
where is it coming from? Has the war started?
There's a cat laser over there.
Okay.
It's motion detected.
You're being monitored at all times.
Yeah. So,
sorry, guys.
What are we reading next?
So next book.
So this one's a little lighter.
God, I hope so. I have to bring up the Holocaust in our freaking podcast.
This is Clifford the Big Red Dog, the original Big Red Dog book. It's about a giant dog, so it's gonna be stupid.
I have read this book, but I don't remember a fucking word.
Okay, good.
I haven't read it since I was like 7 or 8.
This was one I don't really have any nostalgia attached to this one. I have read it as a child, but I've read it a couple of times in the past. But I will say that I'm excited about Clifford. I'm not as excited as I was about Where the Wild Things Are. Thanks for all over that, guys. You both.
Hey, you hyped it up, man. I'm sorry.
You know what? It's considered one of the great. It's considered
break Clifford for us now too.
Clifford is the most amazing dog.
It's probably the in my opinion, Why the Wild Things Are is considered one of the greatest children's books of all time.
Yeah.
So
Really?
It is like that. It is what it is. Like it's won multiple awards.
I think sometimes things get they get this high status because of its longevity, like because of its presence at the beginning of something to start.
I would say probably again, we're looking at the lenses of 1960. I think in the 1960s, I think it was a revolutionary book. I think it dealt with monsters, and it was 1963. People weren't talking about, differences in monsters and how finding unconditional love and all that stuff in kids' books. And I think that's something that maybe that's why it stood the test of time. It's definitely stood the test of time. You can there's an entire market full of stuff for this. Like if you go on Amazon,
well, he said he kind of sold out.
You go on Amazon and you type up where the wild things are. There are figures, there are statues, there are costumes.
Because 19 million books wasn't enough money.
Yeah,
there's so much, and I don't know if it's HarperCollins.
HarperCollins probably did take advantage.
I don't know if it's HarperCollins who
they held his hand and made him sign.
Who HarperCollins that kind of sells all that stuff, or they own the rights. I don't know who owns the rights, but there's a ton of. I'm wearing a Where the Wild Things Are t-shirt right now.
Harper is cool. Collins is the asshole.
Is it? I don't know anything about either one. But I will say that there's a whole, but there's some nostalgia. I would say it's a nostalgia based. I don't think it. I don't think it's the worst thing I've ever read. That would be The Wild Robot on the Island.
Sure it was.
Ping was god awful. God, that was so bad. Like I told Aaron about that. I was like, I can't believe how bad Ping was.
Man, Ping should have been.
Oh my god, it was so bad.
They should have treated him better and maybe just not hit him, but not gave him grains for one night.
Yeah, I don't. It's funny. It's funny that we deal with punishment. We deal with two books that are punishment right at one after another.
The next one is going to be called The Long Wispy
Next thing you know,
Branch.
Clifford's going to die in the next book.
Yeah, Clifford is Old Yeller.
Better not.
So, but I'll say this:
it's going to take a big ass gun.
I will say this: it'll definitely go in the little free library.
All right, sure. We're back to donating.
We'll bore some kids. Sure, absolutely.
I don't know. Art's not bad.
Yeah, they'll be intrigued by that part of it.
Be like, Mommy, you're still gonna bring me my dinner.
Yeah, do I get to eat tonight, Mom?
I don't know.
We'll
so, all right.
Okay, so I think we're about wrapped up on it, right?
Yeah, continue to follow us on socials if you're engaging with us on socials.
Remember, contact us if you want the books.
Yeah, I have the Art of Maurice Sendak and Wild Things Are Happening, The Art of Maurice Sendak, two different books. Really, I thought they were really great books. If you enjoy Maurice Sendak, if you're a big fan of Where the Wild Things Are, if you disagree with our take on this, please, by all means, hit us up on social media and tell us we're wrong. I don't know.
All right,
maybe I'm wrong. Tell me why I'm wrong. I'm all for a conversation. So
cool. All right, everyone. Thanks for listening.
All right,
we'll be talking soon.
Bye.
Bye.
This thing owes me $5. The book owes me $5.